and welcome to Sassy City, the podcast where we talk about sustainable living. Today I have Will on with me. Hi, Will.
Hello, Nicole. How are you doing?
I'm so cold. I'm hungover, and I don't know if I'm hungover. I think I'm just ill because I don't get hangovers. But anyway, I digress.
So you got the jacket on?
Yeah,
you know, keeping
it's a
yourself
podcast.
warm?
People don't need to know that, you know.
No,
don't out me.
No.
God, I'm trying to sound put together well. Yeah, so Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Do you celebrate Christmas?
I'm indifferent to Christmas.
But you celebrate
But
it,
I
right?
do celebrate
Okay,
it.
cool. You just don't enjoy it.
Do you know what? I feel like Christmas is more for kids.
Oh.
In a sense. But I go to family and, I spend time with them during the holidays and whatnot. So
You just don't enjoy it.
not as much as when you're a kid.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. So today we're going to be talking about having like an eco-friendly Christmas or how to have a peaceful Christmas as well with family and all that. First topic on here you might struggle a little bit with, but we'll see how you go. We're talking about outfits, like eco swaps with that. So do you actually buy anything new for Christmas? Are you like a Christmas jumper guy? I'm going to guess you're not.
Not particularly. However, with some of the boys, and when I say some of the boys, some of the plant boys, we have like bought Christmas jumpers in aid of the whole holiday spirit. So yeah,
You've got to make your influencer vids look festive. It's one of those things.
This is what I mean. But me per se, I don't want to sound like a Scrooge, but no, if a jumper is going about, a Christmas jumper, then I may invest.
Okay, but you're not like buying a new one every year and all that? No, I have a nice like red jumper, which is like my Christmas jumper, but it doesn't have like sleigh bells or anything on it. It's just a nice festive red. I actually don't wear it any other time than Christmas, but still, like, it has the flexibility. And then also, I just want to talk a little bit about party dresses. Oh. So we were out partying last night, right?
We were indeed.
Yeah,
I was in my party dress.
You're in your party dress.
Yeah.
You just came straight from work, didn't you?
I did indeed. That was my party dress.
It's so much easier for men.
I suppose so. I mean, I just came in a suit,
yeah.
So I didn't have to think twice. But I do get it from a woman's perspective, where being fashionistas or more fashionable than men in any event, where maybe a bit more thought has to go into it. Because of, societal values and so on and so forth.
Oh, it's okay. We don't have to unpack the patriarchy. It's fine. But yeah, I appreciate the nod to it. It's one of those things where a lot of people end up spending a lot of money on like party dresses, I guess, at Christmas, or like they don't want to rewear items. I know you saw I did a post about that today because you're in it. I tagged you. You look cute. I look cute. Cuter. Christina looked cute as well. And yeah, me and Christina, we had cute dresses on, right?
Yeah,
I
agree. Yeah.
Cool.
I'm amenable to that. No, well, here's a question. How much would you say party dresses normally go for?
Oh, that's a tough one. Yeah, so definitely a tough one. So I was re-wearing something from like 2016, and I think I probably got that for about 30-40 quid.
Okay.
And I loved it, still love it. So that's the important thing. If you actually find a dress that makes you feel amazing,
okay,
I think that's always a good investment if you can afford it. Sometimes that will mean buying new. I think a lot of people struggle with that. I like to buy things secondhand, but when it comes to getting something that makes you feel amazing and fitted and all that, sometimes you do feel like you've got to buy new. But then there's also renting. And have you ever rented an outfit?
Once. And I'll tell you what the context was. So when I was in college sixth form,
this was a while back, Will.
This was a while back. I'll say 2 occasions. Once when I had prom. So this is when I was like 18 and I finished sixth form. And then the second one was when I like graduated from law school and stuff. Then like renting a gown and stuff. Then but other than that, I can't think of any.
So when you go to like weddings and stuff, do you just wear an old suit, or like do you have like a rotation? Like how many suits do you have for special occasions, weddings and funerals and the like?
Due to the nature of my job, I've got suits and smart clothing and stuff, so I'll probably just rock up in one of them, and it's just easy for me in that respect. Like I probably wouldn't buy something bespoke just for like a wedding or what. I probably have something at home.
Yeah, that's so interesting. I guess I know I said earlier that it's simpler for guys, but also you miss out on so much fun. So this is it. I think the problem with a lot of us.
But I think you enjoy, like genuinely enjoy. Like, I'm not saying I don't, but I think the way my approach to it is probably different to yours. So when I go into the shop, I'm just trying to go in and come out. Whereas though,
I can't go into shops. I get too distracted, and I just want to buy everything and. So I just can't, because I quit fast fashion to the best of my ability. I think I'm like 80% secondhand, and I'm just like, if I started going into shops, I'd just get too upset and stressed, and they just make you want everything. It's so hard.
I get that.
Yeah. So this is one of the reasons why, re-wearing, and also like Christina was wearing one of my dresses. So like she lends me her dresses, I lend her mine. So we've got quite a cute thing going there.
But women generally do that? Like, I
I
find it's a
didn't
common
used to.
thing amongst, no?
I don't know. Some are better for it than others, but Christina's actually the one that got me into that. So now I'm trying to do it more with a lot of my friends. But it's something that I guess I just never grew up around doing. And then you just need one friend to like kind of coax you out of it, and you're like, oh, this is actually quite fun.
And technically, it's a new outfit.
Yeah, exactly. And it's really cute seeing like someone else in your outfit as well. Like she looked amazing. I was like, oh, I felt so happy for my dress, like getting to look that good, you know?
You see?
Yeah, renting is another one, but I don't want to go too much into that because we've done a few episodes on slow fashion, but it's just a weird one because it can be so expensive and like it's quite stressful as well. You have to be in for the postie and you have to like trust it'll fit. So
as a question, if you were, and I don't know if you've maybe mentioned this before, but if, let's say, I wanted to inquire into renting, where would I start? What would be the starting point?
Okay, yeah, you'd Google it, but there are a few platforms like Her and By Rotation are probably one of the bigger ones.
Okay.
And I don't actually know what their menswear selection's like. I reckon they do have a few things, but it'll be nothing compared to the women's section. Even the women's clothes are very much focused around like size 8 and 10, and then beyond that, it's such a struggle. Like I've had so many people message me, be like, I tried to rent and I just could not find anything, and it's really annoying. But it's a new industry, or like maybe not a new industry, but it's just like experiencing its first boom. So I think it will get there slowly. But right now, unfortunately, very, very inaccessible.
Slowly but surely does it.
Yes. Yeah. What are you doing food at Christmas? You're going to family, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna end up going to family, so I'll probably be seeing the likes of aunties, uncles, cousins, and so on and so forth.
Are you the only vegan?
I am indeed.
Yeah.
So I have to come specially prepared with my own food, or bring my own food there.
Is it that they won't cook for you, or you don't trust them to cook for you? Like what's...
It's a bit of, I don't want to burden anybody with, you know...
They're fucking family. If you can't burden your family, who can you burden?
No, I take ownership of that, and I just take responsibility. Because if it goes wrong, I feel like I only have myself to blame.
Oh, yeah.
So I feel like, do you know what, let me just take it upon myself to make sure I bring whatever I need to bring. And then, that way we can deal with it like that.
It can get frustrating when you go around someone else's house. I know, say for example, you love Bubble and Squeak and you keep all the leftovers separate, but then somewhere in the morning someone puts a little bit of milk in, then it's like ruined Bubble and Squeak, and you only ever have that once a year. I'd be heartbroken if I couldn't have my Bubble and Squeak. I'm lucky I'm from a split household, basically. My parents aren't together, which just means like if one Christmas dinner fucks up, I've got the backup one.
But the thing is, in your family, I take it, I shouldn't assume, are you the only vegan?
I am the only vegan, yeah. But I've got, on my dad's side, and we often spend Christmas with them, it's two of my aunts are, one's pescatarian, one's vegetarian. I think she's actually gone vegan recently, but I don't know if she's not like, I'm a vegan, but she's like, I'm eating vegan at the moment, so I don't think she's like hard committed, but she's doing a really good job.
She's inquiring.
Yeah. And she's like dipped in and out of it a bit over the years, but right now she's going through a vegan phase. I think it just helps knowing that there are vegetarians in the family. Like my family are very used to that, like just knowing what gravy to use and not to use chicken stock in whatever you're cooking. I don't cook much. I don't know what people use stock for. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like people can really do just like these tiny silly things which you just don't think about if you've never had to cook for a vegan.
This is my point, is that I'm trying to mitigate all of that. And then, instead of finding out at, 11:59, somebody's put beef stock in, somebody's mixed something that they shouldn't have mixed and cross-contaminate, all of this kind of stuff, then I'm just like, let me just bypass all of that.
Okay, do you bring enough for, not everybody, especially when it's a big family, but do you bring enough to share?
They've got their own. It's not even selfish. They've prepped for themselves, so it's like...
You're every man for themselves, Ashley. No. Like you are. This is not the Christmas spirit, okay? I think. Well, basically, I don't know. Maybe it's because we do have more like veggies or whatever in my family, but I always have to like overbring because everyone wants to try the vegan food, and that is good for veganism. If they try our pigs in blanket and then they decide they prefer them.
Yeah.
But you're like, man, don't share food.
No, because the way that I see it is, I've only got a small portion for me.
But you could bring more.
That is a fair point. I could technically bring more, but they can sort it out themselves. They can fend for themselves.
Oh no, my family gets really excited now as well. Like they'll see all these things in supermarkets because I've been vegan since 2007. There are so many years where they were just like lost, and now there are so many things. They're like, oh,
I can get this.
And then like I am overwhelmed with the food in front of me. I'm like, okay, guys, I can't eat all this. So I'm actually like trying to give away all the food, but you're trying to keep the good stuff as well. There's a ranking, and
But this is what I mean. It's like you get caught in a position where you're like, okay, here's all this food, and it's like, oh, but I actually wanted to enjoy some of it, and you want seconds, thirds, whatever it is. Or maybe I'm just being greedy. I don't know.
You do sound a little bit like a control freak here. I'm not going to lie. But it's okay. I think it's probably very relatable. Yeah. But yeah, I think my advice for anyone who has trust issues towards yours, but not to that extreme, I think a good survival kit if you're going somewhere else for Christmas would be to bring like vegan stock, vegan gravy, butter, cream. I think those are some good basics to just save the day, because there's nothing more heartbreaking than getting Christmas dinner and not being able to put gravy on top.
Okay, so you've mentioned Christmas dinner, but what about Christmas desserts?
Do you know what? I'm not that fussed by dessert. Yeah. I like my nan once did like a red wine poached pear for me, which I thought was just like the best thing ever. But other than that, I'm not like...
You're not too fussed about...
There's always chocolates going around, or like, do you know that? Oh, you don't drink, sorry. But M&S do this really like sweet coconut chocolate liqueur thing.
Okay.
And that's what I think I had for dessert like last year after I'd already eaten so many chocolates throughout the day. I just like, I don't think I've got enough of a sweet tooth left for like full on dessert. Or mince pies. Mince pies,
I don't know.
Like
custard. Mince pies, I'm all right with them. Apple pie, Yule log, I don't know.
Have you ever made a Yule log?
I haven't, but I'm inquiring. I'm thinking of making one.
I made one at school once. It was so embarrassing. It ended up being a little like soggy plank. It was horrible. It was so bad.
I'm scared that mine will like crumble and it won't roll.
Okay, yeah.
But I'm probably gonna have to do it a couple of times before I actually get it right. But yeah, I don't mind.
No, do you know what? I actually find Christmas quite a fun time for experimental vegan baking and cooking. Like, I don't know, try doing the Yorkshire puds or the Yule log or whatever, and just don't expect it to be something you're proud of if it's your first try. But it's still a fun time to be had. Moving on, Christmas shopping. Have you done your gifts? Have you bought gifts? Do you buy gifts? Do people get presents off you? Well,
this is a tricky one. So the immediate family do. So let's say the mum, dad, sister.
Yeah.
But I think anybody else.
Yeah, in my family, we do a Secret Santa for the wider family. And that was mostly so that like we keep getting some gifts from some family members that really don't have to buy us gifts. So we're like, cool, we'll do Secret Santa. Then we don't feel bad that we're adults and you're buying for us, but we don't want to start buying for you. And, these are just like...
The politics.
Yeah. Well, and also, like these... I don't know. I don't want to be rude about the presents. But yeah, Secret Santa works really good. So we put our names in a hat. You get a £50 budget and then we do Secret Santa. So that's about like 15 of us, I'd guess. I'm not going to count them out. I'm not going to forget someone. But yeah, so that's nice instead of feeling like people are left out or whatever.
Yeah, for me, because I've got a smaller family, or in terms of my immediate family, then it's not much of an issue. So yeah, a few presents, that's not an issue. But arranging and orchestrating that for 15 people, I don't know how you people manage to do it.
I don't do it. I get a WhatsApp in November and I've got a name and that's what I'm doing. And then eventually we'll get a date for the presents. And I still haven't bought mine, but it's fine. I've got an idea.
What you like?
Yeah, well, it's hard. It's just hard. I've got an idea for a present, but I think I can do better. But if I can't do better, I'll go for that present. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I have got a backup plan.
What's your deadline date for when you have to?
Do you know what? It's actually like around New Year's. So we're not getting together around like immediate Christmas. So I've got time.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I could get it cheaper in the sale. So they might get more bang for their buck.
This is what I mean.
Yeah. Okay. So do you care about the environmental impact of the gifts you buy?
I do. But I think I should give it even more thought. If it's what I'm buying, essentially, is it sustainable? Has it got some kind of longevity behind it? I can't say whenever I always go shopping, that's at the forefront of my mind. But in recent years, I have been a bit more conscious of that.
Yeah, I know. You strike me as someone who just wants the simplest Christmas shopping experience. You're just like, I just need to get a gift under that tree.
I'll be very honest. Faffing about in the shops is not me.
No.
Yeah. I do have patience, but for that, I don't have the patience. So I'm just like, the sooner as I can come in and then leave, then yeah. But and the thing is, mate, I don't know how this interlinks with it or if it does or doesn't. But like, I don't do much shopping online. I'd rather go in somewhere and see and whatnot. So, the likes of big businesses, small businesses, maybe be able to get more of the benefit in that respect. So yeah.
Well, we're really lucky where we live, like in London, just that there are so many markets, and the market quality has increased so much. Like when I go to Spitalfields now, it's so much better than when I went like 5 years ago, because it all felt like everything was either really bad homemade gifts or like stuff that had just been bought and shipped in from China. Whereas now there is actually like real craftsmanship to it and a lot of really good small businesses that will be stocked there. So I enjoy browsing there. It's good just for like stocking fillers and
there you go.
stuff.
See, Spitalfields, that's probably a place to start. Anywhere else, would you recommend, like Spitalfields?
Wherever people live, like go to your local market, you can support your local businesses. I know, lately I've been grappling a bit more with, I like to buy people gifts that I feel I'm happy about, like, buying, basically. Like I would rather they were vegan, cruelty-free, sustainable businesses, but then also...
So you only buy for vegan people?
Well, no, but you got to like get a gift that is like subtly vegan, you know what I mean? Like you don't want it to look obviously vegan. For example, Whittle's hot chocolate, a lot of their flavours are vegan, but it doesn't say like vegan on it, and it's quite like a fancy gift. It's a very festive gift, like stuff like that I like to buy, but that's not a small business, unfortunately, but still. But then on the flip side, I'm like, oh, maybe it's better to actually just buy people what they want and what they ask for, and I don't know.
Sometimes how I kind of go about buying gifts for people is looking at what might help them.
Okay.
So, if they've been talking about something, do you know what? This probably isn't the best example, but I'm starting a job or whatnot, blah, blah, blah. Maybe a diary or, something of that nature, because it would be a bit more beneficial. But I suppose always asking them, would you want that? Probably a lot easier.
Have you had your Secret Santa present yet?
I have.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Funnily enough, Ebbs.
Yeah, I know. He was telling me about it, and I was telling him he needed to get you a watch because you're always late. And it's 100% down your line of thought because it's what you need. But he didn't do that. He wasn't that sassy.
You see, luckily, big up Ebbs. I actually haven't looked at what he got me.
Okay, well, it's not a watch then. I can spoil that for you. Unless he changed his mind last minute, because I am always right, so he should have done it. Are you waiting till Christmas?
Yeah.
Okay. I hate that. I like people to open the gifts I get them in front of me.
It's even Christmas?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. I know. But that's half the fun of giving a gift. You know what I mean?
Birthday, maybe I could potentially understand. But Christmas, I mean, we still got a few days left. But I get what you're saying is that you want to see the joy in somebody's face. Yeah. When,
Yeah. And see that actual reaction. I don't want the text saying like, oh, I love it. I'm like, no, I need to see if you love it. Just a little shout out I want to give to people on the tangent of gifts is beauty banks. Like if you have any gifts that you get at Christmas, especially like those toiletry sets or anything similar to that you just do not want, especially if you got like, if you're vegan and you shop cruelty free and you get something that isn't and you don't know what to do with it, Superdrug have lots of beauty banks at the moment and you can donate gifts to there. Right now in the cost of living crisis, they're really, really needing donations, and a lot of people think they just want like toothpaste and deodorant, but also they do gifts for like Mother's Day and birthdays and stuff. So really recommend doing that if you got some gifts which you just think are a bit crap.
Big shout out to Superdrug then.
Yeah, no, really impressed with it. It's very hard to find one in London that has the beauty banks. It's been quite a challenge for me.
Where about, is it central or?
Oh no, they've got them in stores all around the country, and fortunately all the donations that go to each local store goes to a local charity. So it's not like it goes to one centralised charity. It will like help out local food banks or refugee centres or women's aid centres or stuff like that. So,
that's really cool.
Yeah, so it's a really, really good initiative. But I think they are actually easier to find outside London than inside London, which is nice because I feel like I never have recommendations which are like less London centric. So I'm very proud of myself with that.
It is what it is.
Okay, and then quickly, before we wrap up, I want to talk about family arguments. Do you have family arguments at Christmas? And how do you avoid them if you don't?
Not particularly. I'm generally quite easygoing.
You're a guy that chooses peace.
Within reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I choose not to be bothered about just a lot of things. And, for me, a lot of things is just like water off a duck's back.
Yeah, okay.
Insofar as I can help it. Unless it's like a blatant disrespect that has to be addressed, then for the most part.
That's it. Yeah, especially at Christmas. You kind of like let some stuff go. If it's blatant disrespect, like you got to stand your ground. But I know the worst thing is when you got people talking to you about, like, say for example, veganism at the dinner table, and you're like, don't make me the dickhead that puts everyone off their food. Like when everyone's eating their turkey, it's not the time to ask me why I don't eat animals.
But do you know what it is? Sometimes and I completely agree. And some people are gonna have different schools of thought, but my thing is, sometimes you have to ask yourself, is it your ego? Is it genuine? Like, do you have to say something? Because if you don't say something, then the matter's going to escalate and it could end up somewhere dire. Or is it, do you know what? I could say something, but and I think that's the kind of approach that I have. But I can completely understand the kind of opposite, where people are like, do you know what? No, like what somebody has said is factually incorrect. I
think at Christmas as well, it is like, pick your battles. And
this is it.
And there's no harm in saying, let's discuss this later. I think that's the thing. If someone's trying to argue with you in front of the whole family and they don't all need to be there, let's talk about it later. Like, let's have peace now and we'll chat later. I think that's my best advice.
I think the thing is, don't let anybody unnecessarily draw you out. Don't let anybody like draw you out unnecessarily. People are going to have their views, and, you know, even if you're right, you have the, I don't like begging a question, but you have to ask yourself, is it really worth it? Is it really worth the headache, the heartache in going back and forth with somebody who, even if what you say is in fact correct, they're still not going to change their mind? It's pointless.
Yeah, but sometimes people love the thrill of an argument. So yeah, I know. You got to sit on it and keep the peace at Christmas. No one wants to hear you bickering with like Uncle Terry about politics and Brexit. It's like, come on, we've argued too many Christmas about Brexit. If you haven't changed your mind yet, it ain't happening.
It's not gonna change.
Yeah, okay. I feel like that is such a like dim note to end our Christmas chat on. But yeah, Christmas is in a few days, and we just want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and thank you for listening.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, and thank you for coming on, Will. It's been a really good chat.
No problem.
Hope to have you back again soon. Yeah.
I'll be back.
Where can everyone find you?
People can find me on Instagram, and they can also find me on TikTok, Eats by Will.
Eats by Will.
Yep.
Easy. Okay, thank you guys. Please like, subscribe, share, all the good stuff, and Merry Christmas. Bye.